ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृण्वतं स्वकतः कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यान्तोऽस्तु भद्राणि विधुनोति सुहिश्रतम् नष्टप्रायसो भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 9, verse 27-28. Verse 27. सोऽपि सङ्कल्पजं विष्णो पादसेवोपसादितं प्राप्य सङ्कल्पनिर्वाणं नातिप्रीतो अव्यगात् पुरम्. Synonyms: Saha, he, Dhruva Maharaj, Api, although, Sankalpajam, the desired result, Vishnu, of Lord Vishnu, Padasheva, by serving the lotus feet, Upashaditam, obtained, Prapya, having achieved, Sankalpa, of his determination, Nirvanam, the satisfaction, Na, not, Ati Pritaha, very much pleased, Avyagat, he returned, Puram, to his home. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Despite having achieved the desired result of his determination by worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord, Dhruva Maharaj was not very pleased. Thus he returned to his home. Purport: by worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord in devotional service as instructed by Narada Muni, Dhruva Maharaj achieved the desired result. His desire was to get a very exalted position, excelling that of his father, grandfather, and great grandfather. And although it was a somewhat childish determination, because Dhruva Maharaj was nothing but a small child, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is so kind and merciful that he fulfilled Dhruva's desire. Dhruva Maharaj wanted a residence more exalted than any ever occupied by anyone else in his family. Therefore, he was offered the planet in which the Lord personally resides. And his determination was completely satisfied. Still, when Dhruva Maharaj returned home, he was not very much pleased, for although in pure devotional service there is no demand from the Lord, because of his childish nature he had demanded something. Thus, although the Lord also fulfilled his desire, he was not very pleased. Rather, he was ashamed that he had demanded something from the Lord, for he should not have done this. Verse 28. Viduravacha sudurlabham yat paramam padam haret maya vinastacharnarachanarjitam labdhapi asidhartham ivaika janmana katham swam atmanam amanyatarthavit. Synonyms: Vidura Vacha. Vidura continued to inquire. So Durlabham, very rare, Yat, that which, Paramam, is the supreme, Padam, situation, Harehe, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Maya Vinaha, very affectionate, Tat, his, Charana, lotus feet, Archana, by worshipping, Arjitam, achieved, Lavdva, having attained, Api, although, Asiddha artham, not fulfilled, eva, as if, eka janmana, in the duration of one life, katham, why, swam, one, atmanam, heart, amanyata, he felt, arthavit, being very wise. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Vidura inquired, "My dear Brahmana, the word of the Lord is very difficult to attain. It can be attained only by pure devotional service, which alone pleases the most affectionate, merciful Lord." Dhruva Maharaj achieved this position even in one life, and he was very wise and conscientious. Why then was he not very pleased? Purport: Saint Vidura's inquiry is very relevant. The word Arthavid, which refers to one who knows how to discriminate between reality and unreality, is very significant in this connection. An Arthavid is also called Paramahamsa. A Paramahamsa accepts only the active principle of everything, just as a swan accepts only the milk from a mixture of water and milk. A Paramahamsa accepts only the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his life and soul, neglecting all external material things. Dhruva Maharaj was in this category, and due to his determination, he achieved the result he desired. But still, when he returned home, he was not very pleased. End of purport. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। I'm seeking blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam today to purify myself. I'll summarize these two verses, 27 and 28. So, Dhruva Maharaj performed sincere austerity for 6 months. Narada Muni guided him to perform devotional service on Lord Vishnu, and with determined effort, Dhruva Maharaj has practiced the process. Because of dedicated, determined effort in following the instructions of a Guru, Dhruva Maharaj was able to see the Lord face to face within 6 months. That is the greatness of devotional service. So, initially, Dhruva Maharaj performed bhakti unto Lord Vishnu to get a kingdom greater than his father Uttanapath, greater than his grandfather Swambhuva Manu, even greater than his great grandfather Lord Brahma, that is Satyaloka. He was also only 5 years old, and in his childish way, he desired to have a kingdom far greater than his father's, grandfather's, or great grandfather's. So Dhruva wanted the best of all planets, and although it was a childish prayer, the Lord satisfied his demand. A small child may demand something from his father which his father has never given to anyone else. Yet, out of affection, the father offers it to the child. Similarly, this unique planet, Dhruvaloka, was offered to Dhruva Maharaj. So, in these verses 27 and 28, Srila Prabhupada has described when Dhruva Maharaj returned home, he was not very much pleased. For although in pure devotional service, there is no demand from the Lord, because of his childish nature, he had demanded something. Thus, although the Lord also fulfilled his desire, he was not very pleased. Rather, he was ashamed that he had demanded something from the Lord, for he should not have done this. So Dhruva Maharaj thought he was aspiring for some broken pieces of glasses, and now he has received diamond. Hearing Krishna Katha in the association of devotees is like that valuable diamond in comparison to the happiness of heaven or merging into Brahman effulgence. And it's like that these kind of things are they're like broken pieces of glass. So it may those things may seem shining, like broken pieces of glasses may seem shining, but it's not diamond. So Dhruva Maharaj understood this at the age of 5. That's That's the glory of Dhruva Maharaj, glory of pure bhakti and glory of surrendering to spiritual master. So when Dhruva Maharaj got all the benediction from the Lord, still he was not very satisfied. You see, like from Dhruva Maharaj's life, we can learn all these lessons that material desires, when even though when they're fulfilled, we don't get satisfaction. So we can understand from Dhruva Maharaj's Katha that we should not ask Krishna for any material desire. We should not ask Krishna, oh my dear Krishna, give me a nice car, give me a nice house. So it's kind something like we are going to a millionaire and asking him, oh my dear millionaire, please give me a handful of cigarette ashes. Material things are temporary. Rather, we should ask Krishna for his pure devotion, his pure bhakti. So three things we have to understand here. First is sambandha, then avideya, and then prayojana. Sambandha means we have to understand what is our relationship with Krishna. What is our relationship with Krishna? Jivar Swarup Krishna Nityadas. So we are eternal servants of Krishna. That's our form. That's our relationship with Krishna. That is our sambandha. Then avideya. Avidya means, okay, now I know I am eternal servant of Krishna, but how do I act in that position? Just knowing that I am eternal servant of Krishna is not enough. We have to also act in that way. So that is called avidya. Act in that way, we have to understand how I will act in that position. That's avidya. That is means of obtaining perfection. And that perfection himself is prayojan or pure love of Krishna. So this is Sambandha, Avidya and Prayojan. Dhruva Maharaj understood that he has asked for some foolish material things from the Supreme Lord, and there is no happiness in obtaining this. Dhruva Maharaj immediately attained a perfection which is usually not possible for everyone. He was fully dedicated, and there is no doubt. People in general worship demigods for material desires. So I was hearing my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Srila Jayapati Goswami Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj in one of his lecture, he was telling, like in Bengal, people worship goddess Durga, and they start their prayers like they glorify Durga Ma, like you are great Vaishnavi, you keep the whole world under the illusion, and they ask, then like after they glorify Goddess Durga, they ask so many things. They are like, give me wealth, give me name, give me fame. So what does it mean? They don't love Goddess Durga. They just want to fulfill their material desires. So Lord, even like Guru Maharaj was mentioning that Lord Shiva once sent one person to Sanatan Goswami. The person went to Sanatan Goswami and asked him that Lord Shiva told you have a valuable thing like a touchstone. So Sanatan Goswami told, yeah, you can go. Yeah, I have, but you can go find it by yourself in that garbage bag. So that it should be somewhere there inside that garbage bag. So the person went and he like finally he found that touchstone and thought Sanatan Goswami has kept such a valuable thing in garbage bag, means he must have something more valuable. If he is keeping such kind of like such a big thing inside a garbage bag, means he must have something more valuable than this. So he asked Sanatan Goswami, what more valuable thing you have? So Sanatan Goswami told him, yes, I have, but you have to first throw this touchstone. So the person threw that touchstone and then asked Sanatan Goswami, now please tell me. So Sanatan Goswami said, that valuable thing I have is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the most valuable thing. Even today, during our Japa book reading, we read like so many scriptural references for like what is this for Kali Yuga? What is the best way? Hare Nam, eva kevalam, kalo nasteva gatiranyatha. So many scriptural references we saw from Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so many other scriptures that like for Kali Yuga, the advantage of Kali Yuga is that we can like worship the Lord through this holy name. Other things like different yuga have different yuga dharmas. In Kali Yuga, it's very difficult to do all these things. So in the best way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us the holy name of the Lord. So Dhruva Maharaj understood that it's his duty to satisfy the desires of Krishna, not his own material desires. We should always try to carry out the orders of our previous acharyas. One should constantly pray for the mercy of spiritual master and previous acharyas for advancing in bhakti and to get pure devotional service. So Dhruva Maharaj's life is full with lessons for us, specifically Dhruva Maharaj's determination, his devotion, and detachment. We see initially Dhruva Maharaj has desire for a great kingdom. And if we see example of, like, in scriptures, we are seeing different examples. We see example of Dhruva Maharaj and then example of Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra too has a desire of earthly kingdom. If we compare their desires, Dhritarashtra desire is very small in comparison to Dhruva Maharaj's desire. So but when we study scriptures, we understand that Dhruva Maharaj attained perfection in his life by awakening love of God. On the other hand, Dhritarashtra spoiled his life due to his attachment towards Duryodhana and his other sons. Dhruva Maharaj had a very good habit of why Dhruva Maharaj achieved perfection? Because he has a very good habit of submissive and obedient to superiors. First, submissive to his own mother. So when Dhruva Maharaj's mother Suniti suggested him to think of his own progression in life instead of being envious to his stepmother. So she suggested him to go to the forest and search after Vishnu. And in the forest, Dhruva Maharaj met Narada Muni and heard about the Lord from him. His whole attention shifted from material desires to Lord Krishna. And he was very eager to meet the Lord and thought to ask the material desires once he will meet him. Dhruva Maharaj has great faith in Narada Muni and Lord Krishna. When he was chanting, so Narada Muni asked him to chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So when Dhruva Maharaj was chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, he was completely focused on the Lord. He was not at all thinking about his material desires. That's why, like, he achieved perfection within just 6 months. So Dhruva's dedication and determination. So otherwise, how the Lord appeared before him? If he was not that focused, how the Lord appeared before him? Unless he was not completely focused, it was like not like the Lord never will come if we are thinking all the time like about our material desires. So we have so many material desires in our mind. When we chant, all these desires come to our mind, like how I'll execute my plan. Okay, today I have to do this. What time I'll do. We are always thinking while chanting, even all these thinkings are coming. So we are not that focused. Why? Because our faith on the Lord is not that strong. So Dhritarashtra, he has no faith. We have seen from the scriptures that Dhritarashtra has no faith, or he was not at all listening to the seniors like Vidura, Lord Krishna. He was showing like he's a very gentleman, but whenever Vidura was suggesting something, he was not at all ready to accept him. So he was not submissive or obedient to them. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 5, Verse 3 says, Yayasam Purusham Sakshat Atma Prabhavam Ishwaram Na Bhajante Avajananti Sthanad Vristaha Patantyadaha. What does this sloka means? If any of the members of the 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas fail to worship or intentionally disrespect the personality of Godhead, who is the source of their own creation, they will fall down from their position into a hellish state of life. The Supreme Lord is the source of entire creation. He has given all the rules and regulations. Because we don't have sufficient respect for him, no sufficient faith on his instructions, we take it very lightly or very cheaply, and we engage our mind on dead matters. So we go in the category of Dhritarashtra. We may hear various lectures, but we don't develop faith in Krishna because our mind is always stuck on material desires. Therefore, Srila Rupa Goswami says in Nectar of Instruction, text 7, Shat Krishna Nama Charitadi Sitapya Vidya pito patapta rashanashana rochikano kinto adaradhanudinam khalu saiva justa swadhi kramad bhavati tadgata mulahantri. So the holy name, what does it mean? The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet, like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya, ignorance, cannot taste anything sweet, it is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural release awakens within his tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. So why we cannot develop taste for holy name? Because we identify ourselves with body, always hankering behind material desires and not ready to uplift our consciousness. We have to develop great respect for the words of Guru and words of Krishna. So how big our material desire is not the problem. What we are like, what is there in our mind? That's not the problem. Problem is how careless and inattentive we are is the main problem. So because our material desire is not, like we see Dhruva Maharaj was like asking for a kingdom even greater than his great grandfather Brahma. So our material desire is not bigger than Dhruva Maharaj's desire. So we should think, maybe all day my mind is kicked or punched by various material desires, but at least during chanting I should completely focus on the holy name. So Narottam Das Thakur sings, हरि हरि बिफले जन्म गुनाइनो मनुष्य जन्म पाया राधा कृष्ण ना भजिया जानिया सुनिया विषा खाइनो. Oh Lord Hari, I have spent my life uselessly, having obtained a human birth and having not worshipped Radha and Krishna, I have knowingly drunk poison. So I have collected today's points from lectures given by my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. Then Radhesam Prabhuji, His Grace Radhesam Prabhuji, and His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji. I would like to stop here. Vancha kalpataruveshya kripa sindhu vayavacha patita